arty people. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more of a show and tell style. So I was looking through some of my old sketchbooks the other day and I thought I would share them with you. So if you're into seeing old artwork and hearing me waffle on, keep watching. So the first one I picked out to show you is actually not like a formal sketchbook. It is more of a travel sketchbook from one of my college trips. So I went to college after doing my A-levels to do an art foundation course, which was just 1 year before then starting my art degree at uni. And during that year, we got to go on a trip to New York. So let's have a look. So this would have been 2009, I think. So it's kind of part sketchbook, part travel journal. So I thought it'd be an interesting one to start with. So we went to New York. Starting with a nice little collage. I always kind of collect everything when I would go on these trips. So all like the leaflets and newspapers and stuff like that. And I even have the key card for the hotel. Are you supposed to take those? I don't know. So the big thing with this trip is that the day we were going, it had snowed, which delayed all of the flights. So we were stuck for, so we spent over 12 hours in the airport. We were given like vouchers to buy extra food with and stuff, but when we got to New York, our luggage did not come with us. So the college had to give us some more money to buy extra clothes and toiletries and stuff with. And I didn't get my luggage back until the Monday after we had got back from the trip. So that was an experience. So all the flight related things there. So what I will say about this sketchbook is that this was all done after the trip, obviously because I didn't have like all my stuff with me because it was in my luggage. Whereas in other travel journals I've done before, like just personal ones, I like to do them at the time. Maybe I'll see if I can dig out some of those and show you those afterwards. So these photos were all stuck in afterwards, obviously. So we went to the MoMA. I didn't have a very good printer at the time. They're all a bit faded. So some stuff about one of the artists. This is the interesting stuff. So a whole thing about the money, American money, and then food. Great big pretzel from outside the Met. Another gallery, so we went to the Whitney. Some writing about art that I'm not that bothered about now. So this was the fun stuff. So just little arty studies that I like doing. So here is a little mosaic that I did based on the Fifth Avenue subway sign, using bits of paper from the Metro newspaper that I picked up in New York. So just little things like that are fun. Then we have a chalk and charcoal drawing done on, again, a piece of newspaper from New York. I'm guessing this was somewhere in Central Park. And we went to the Met. I just remember it being big and maybe a little bit boring. As someone who studied art for a long time, art galleries can be really boring, guys. Especially when you're going with a school group and you're kind of expected to spend a certain amount of time there. There are some bits that I just want to whiz through. So we have another chalk and charcoal drawing of a squirrel. This is definitely in Central Park. It was really snowy there, so a really nice time to go. So this was my first time in New York. I've been twice more since. So this was February time. And it was very cold and snowy, but at least we were dressed for it because it was snowy when we left. Another time I went was September time with my sisters, and it was pretty nice. It got quite hot some days. And then the other time I went was when I was working in a school, and it was a school trip there, and that would have been October time, and it was very wet then. Yeah, I remember suggesting we go to the public library when it was just chucking it down. But it was quite nice in the snow, especially in Central Park, and they had the ice skating. Did I do the... Yeah, I did the ice skating. Yeah, it was really nice. And then we have a chalk pastel drawing of the city at night. And then some pictures from the ferry, kind of silhouette-y skyline inspired one. I think I did a bigger version of this. It's probably my parents' loft somewhere. And then, oh, and that was the end of that because this is Berlin. So I don't think I did as much for Berlin. So this would have been the year after, oh no, later that year, once I'd started uni. Yeah, so the December, we went on a trip to Berlin. Yeah, I will say doing art, I've got to travel quite a lot. So the trips I've been on just from studying art, so year 12 I went to Barcelona, then year 13 I went to Paris, yeah, then it was New York, and then it was Berlin. So a map that I didn't even stick in. Again, we've got all the flight information, stuff from our hotel. Some stuff from one of the galleries we went to. Again, I don't think we were asked to do like a sketchbook thing. It's just something that I like doing for myself. Yeah, see, I just stopped even writing. I'm a picture person, guys. I prefer just showing what it was like rather than have to write about it. So we went to the Jewish Museum. We went here. We went, oh yeah, this was really odd museum of like, yeah, a scientific one, and there was just loads of stuff in jars, like specimens, and it was on like, I think it was like a medical campus type thing. So we went to this place and this place. Then we went to the German markets, and it was at Christmas time, so that was really good. I love me a Christmas decoration. We also went to this place. And then obviously I've borrowed the idea from the New York page of the money. We went to a Tibetan restaurant. And for someone who is not much of an adventurous eater, it was pretty good. Then we have all the traveling. And yeah, that was the end of that one. So I didn't do any additional little drawings on that, which is a shame. I'm going to go and see if I've got any of my other travel journals. They just might be interesting to look at. Let me see. Okay, I found one. So this is from a trip that I took with my two sisters. So it was the September after I graduated uni. So this is 2012. So me and one of my sisters, we flew out first and went to Nashville for a week. Because if you don't know, I am a country music fan. Not that I get much time to listen to new country music anymore. It's all nursery rhymes at the moment. Anyway, yeah, so we went to Nashville for a week, and then we flew over to New York, where my other sister met us there for that leg of the trip. So let's see what's in here. So for this travel journal, I used like an old planner that was my mum's. So I've used some sticky back plastic, appropriately themed. And then I would have like taken the ring binding apart and added some different kinds of papers in. And this was a book that I filled in while we were on the trip. I feel like that is the best way to do it, because your memories are still fresh. I think I made a point of writing in it at the end of every day. Yeah, so this was our travel day, me and my sister. Information about the flight, and we would just like write down little things that happened, and even now I'm like, oh yeah, that was fun. Like, it's nice going back and remembering it. So the first morning we went to Panera. We had some good food on this trip. In particular, there is a cookie in Nashville that I remember, and a sandwich in New York that I still think about now. It was a really great sandwich. We went to the Peter Pit. We went to the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum, of course. They had an exhibit on Taylor Swift. I saw her actual laptop. So all bits about that. Is that the, yeah, there we go. Treasures from the World Tour. So yeah, so this bit that I've put in here, that was just from a plastic wallet that I've then added into the ring binder to add as a pocket. Adventure Science Centre. That was fun. A colouring from the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum, like stuff I got to buy, what we ate. Yeah, the Adventure Science Centre, which was actually pretty fun. It was for kids. We'd walked there from the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum, which I think is not the done thing, because there weren't many pavements or sidewalks. But we managed. We got there in one piece. Then we went to the Grand Ole Opry, so we did the tour, and then we saw the show in the evening. Who did we see? It was definitely Kelly Pickler. I don't remember who, and then some like older people, I think, but all fun stuff. Went to the Opry Mills Mall. I think that may have been the first time I'd had sweet potato fries, and they're pretty good. And then we had the show. Oh yeah, so we saw all of these people. Oh, and Dierks Bentley, apparently. I do not remember that. I've probably got photos of it somewhere. What else did we do? We went to the Pancake Pantry. I think that's something that I had found when I was researching. I was like, we have to go to there. We looked around the Vanderbilt campus. My sister got one of the big caramel apples, and it defeated her. It did. She made the mistake of just eating the outside first, and it was an enormous apple, guys. Oh, and then, so this was completely random. So the day before, we'd just been walking around, and then we saw a sign that had Kings of Leon on it, and it didn't exactly say what it was going to be. So we just showed up where it said, and it was, yeah, it was them getting inducted into the Music City Walk of Fame. So yeah, there was a little presentation, and they did a speech, and we got to see them. They didn't perform, but that was fine. But then, yeah, we were on the TV. We made the news. And I think it's because me and my sister were wearing hats. Because it was a hot day. But it seemed like no one else cares about sun safety. No one was wearing a hat. But we were, and we made it on the news, on the TV. So, that was pretty cool. Yeah, so this was all about the thing. We saw the mayor of Nashville, Carl Dean. Right, so now we are going to Nashville to New York. And in New York, we actually stayed in the same hotel that I did on my college trip to New York. And it was actually the same hotel that we stayed in when I went on the school trip to New York. It seems to be like just the main cheap hotel in New York. So we went to the Broadway flea market. So my other sister that we met up with, she's a big Broadway fan, so we made sure to do that. We went to Ellen's Diner. Was this where I had the very good sandwich? I'm not sure. I feel like I would have said more about it. Then we went around Central Park. I remember that was quite a hot day. Did one of the site tours. So this is my sister's writing as well, so it's quite nice to get them involved in the travel journal as well. My sister went to see Newsies. Yeah, so one of my sisters went to see Newsies, and then my other sister went to, I think it was just a play. I mean, I could probably read it here. Yeah, it was a play starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Just because she wanted to see Jake Gyllenhaal, and she managed to see him afterwards at stage door and got a photo with him, and her life was made. So. Then the next day we went around Chelsea and some of the art museums. That was a nice place to eat. We went to Mood because we love Project Runway. It was a lot more hidden away than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, so we went to the public library. That is a show that my other sister went to go and see. I don't think I went to a show, actually. What's that for? Yeah, that's, so my sister's ticket. Again, took the hotel card. Don't know if you're supposed to. Got a Metro card. And then it was time to go home. Dinner came with a snickerdoodle cookie, which was delicious. True story, I remember that. That was a good cookie. And there we go, that was that trip. So yeah, I haven't looked at this for years and years, so that was quite fun. I do have another one I just want to look at quickly. So it's not from 2012. This was from a trip to Seattle and Portland with my now husband. but at the time we'd only been together for about 6 months, but he was going there for his best friend's wedding, and invited me along, and it went great. So I just wanted to show a few things about this. Yeah, so this is what I did with the pictures afterwards, because I feel like that's what the previous travel journal was lacking, like photos to go along with it. Like, it's nice to be able to stick in like all the leaflets and stuff, but to have the photos. So what I had done is obviously got them printed and then hole punched them, took the ring binding apart so I could add them all in, and then I think that kind of works a bit better because you can see what we're talking about. Again, another visit to Panera, and we went to a family barbecue. I'll just show a few things from here. Pike Place Market, throw in the fish, we saw it. What else is here? It's mostly the food. There's always a emphasis on the food. That was hot when we went. I do love a science centre, guys. I will always look out for one when we are different places. Oh, except I think this one had like an exhibit of all these like naked mole rats in just big tubes. Gave me the heebie-jeebies. Didn't enjoy that. There we go. Creepy naked mole rats. I told you. Yep. Oh, and we went to the baseball, which I found to be very boring. I'm not that into sports anyway, and I just found it so like stop-start, and it went on for ages. Not a fan. And then we got like stuff from the wedding, and then we got the Amtrak over to Portland, which was a really nice way to like see more of the country. I think it was maybe, I want to say 4 hours. I don't remember. It'll probably say somewhere. Yes, I went to Portland, and that was really cool. Went to the zoo. Went to the Japanese gardens. I wasn't going to look through all of this, but I'm in it now. Oh yeah, so we went on this really good bus tour out to Multnomah Falls, I think it's called. I actually have a video of me painting that, which I will put, well, it'll be up here, I guess. I'll link it somewhere. Yeah, that was really cool, actually. What else did we do? We went to a, is it a fishery? Something. I don't know, we saw a really old fish. I don't remember what it was called. Just looking, just quickly looking. Oh, went to Voodoo Donut, of course. I think we went there twice. Pancakes, obviously. Then what happened? Then we went home. We went home. And I have even more stuff, again, in the pocket. So yeah. So I just found another one which I never actually finished. So this was a holiday with my husband. Well, it was a year before we got married, so my now husband. But yeah, never actually finished it, which is a shame. Like, I started sticking everything in, all the pictures, but I never wrote anything about it. Christmas museum. Which, yeah, is a real shame. It shows why it is best to do all the writing when you are on holiday, because, yeah, as soon as you get back, you forget everything and don't have time to do it. So yeah, that's a shame. But this one, I had made the book, so I bound it all together myself. So it would have been a nice book if I had actually finished doing it. But looking through those other ones, like, it's made me really want to do more of them next time we go away. Especially now with my son, so like as he gets older he'll be able to contribute to them, which I think will be really fun. So I'll definitely have to remember this next time we have a big family holiday. So I think I'll leave it there for this video. So it turned into more travel journals than sketchbooks, but I hope you enjoyed it. I know I like these kind of videos because I'm just quite a nosy person. Let me know if you have any questions about how I did certain things in my travel journals. And I have a lot more actual sketchbooks to share with you another time. I've got my uni sketchbooks, more college ones, I've got my A-level ones and even my GCSE ones if I feel like sharing that level of artwork with you guys. So let me know if you like this kind of video, and thanks for watching. Bye!